Recognizing when to stop settling for less in life involves understanding your worth and acknowledging when situations, relationships, or circumstances do not align with your values, aspirations, and well being. It requires courage to break free from complacency and embrace change, even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain. By trusting your intuition, setting boundaries, and pursuing personal growth, you can empower yourself to prioritize your happiness, fulfillment, and success. Knowing when to stop settling for less is about honoring your worthiness and creating a life that reflects your true potential and desires. Understand that by settling for more, it allows you to show up as your best self in your relationships and responsibilities. When you know what you are deserving of, you're better equipped to contribute positively to others' lives. Wanting more for yourself is not selfish, but leads to a healthier, more fulfilled version of yourself. I know that it can be hard to put yourself first as we live our lives involving others in it. However, we must recognize when we are settling for less, when we are worthy for more. On this episode, I want to share with you some of the things you can identify when you are settling for less, and some of the ways you can get out of that and get more than what you truly deserve. To find out what those things are, keep listening because you don't want to miss this episode. Welcome back to another episode of yours truly. It is I, your one and only host, Druelee, of course. I am back. I felt like it's been a while since I recorded an episode. If you guys haven't listened to my previous one, please do listen to that and just listen to whatever episode I have uploaded already. Listen to them in order or by title or whatever floats your boat. But I am happy to be back to, talk to you guys, give you guys some advice, some good advice. I may be repeating myself a lot of times when I am recording my episodes. And the only reason why I'm repeating myself is because I feel like it's important to keep letting you guys know that I am saying these things over and over and over again because I believe in what those things are. And so on this episode, certain things that I will be mentioning, it correlates with a lot of my episodes that I've already posted for you guys to listen. And if you guys are bored of me repeating myself, oh well. I'm just doing that just so that I just want you guys to know that this is what I mean, and I'm not going to just switch off anything that I believe in unless, I let you guys know. But as for now, I just like to repeat myself just to inform you guys that the things that I am telling you, the advice that I'm giving you guys are things that I live by and that I'm currently living by. And I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I do the best I can to live those words, basically. It's more of less talking, more doing, or less talking shit, more doing shit, basically. So, for this episode, I am just referring back to my previous episode 39, self-worth. There was a section that I mentioned about not settling for less. So if you guys want to take a pause here and go to episode 39 and listen to that first, and the I think it was number 4, not settling for less when it comes to knowing your self-worth. I just want to go more in depth on that because I feel like, it doesn't matter if you are in a relationship with yourself or a relationship with your partners, families, friends, just anybody besides yourself. You have to know that you are worth more than what you think you are. I just wanted to, just give you guys some advice, give you some things that I've noticed about myself too when I was settling for less or not knowing that I am worth more than what I am now. And I hope that these points will help anyone who is struggling to truly find themselves and to actually acknowledge and understand that you are worth more than what you are in your present time or in the past. And I believe that you must live your life to where you are the best version of yourself now in the current present time and to the future. Just because you made a mistake in the past, or let's say you made a mistake like 3 minutes ago, okay, that doesn't mean that you are worth less. If it is something that you've done that you don't feel too good about, you can always make that change. And so this episode is more informed for just going in depth of what are some things that you can identify when it comes to settling for less. What do you need to know if you are heading that direction? Because we don't want to feel like we are less of a person, less of a human being, less of ourselves. And I believe that everyone can have more in their life. That is, if they do the work to find that. So before I give it all away, let me first go ahead and give you guys 7 things that you will know when you are settling for less, okay? And I will try my best to not ramble as much just because I feel like my episodes are super long. And I know some of you guys like long episodes, some of you guys don't. And, I'm just going to cater to whoever is interested in listening to longer episodes, okay? But yes, I will just try to get to the point. That way you guys are not bored and that you guys understand what I'm trying to convey when it comes to telling you guys about these things, okay? So the first section of this episode, like I said, I'm going to give you guys 7 things that I've noticed about myself, and I hope that these things will also help you to notice is when you are settling for less. I have 7 of those, and the first one is when you know you are settling for less, you are lacking of or feeling unfulfilled. So if you are consistently feeling unfulfilled, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be your career, your living situation, a relationship. It could be anything that involves in your life, okay? If you feel unfulfilled, dissatisfied, you feel like you are lacking purpose in your life, you don't feel as much joy, passion, or you just don't know the meaning of your life. If you feel unfulfilled at anything that you are doing in life, that is some of the signs that you are settling for less. I feel like when you have the motivation, the drive, the positive energy to do anything in your life, that's when you know that you're heading into a good direction. But if you are currently doing something that you don't see yourself doing for a long period of time, or if you feel like in your present situation it's not fulfilling you and I don't know, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, then maybe it's time for you to move on and put yourself in a situation where you can be fulfilled. So that's the first thing. The second thing is when you know you are settling for less is if you are lacking growth. If you feel that you are stuck in a rut, you are complacent, you do not want any changes in your life, it may be a sign that you are settling for less and that maybe you're lacking growth. You don't want to challenge yourself or you don't want any opportunities for personal development. I have mentioned this in my previous episode where Some people have said that they don't want to grow. And when people say that they are who they are, they're getting old, they don't want to grow. For me, my thing is that they're not trying their hardest to become the best version of themselves. And also, that can also mean that they don't want to make the effort to change for the better. For me, ever since I started this single journey like 3 years ago, I've always been wanting to do better for myself, challenging myself to do a lot better. And some people, they just are too comfortable. They just like the way their life is. They don't want to grow. And, it might not be a bad thing, but for me, I am always wanting to learn new things. It could be anything. It could be about spirituality, taboo topics, just anything, or just anything that will help me grow as an individual. But if you are sensing that you don't feel no joy, or you just don't feel like you want to grow as a person, and you're just want to be your 30-year-old self, then that's a sign that you're just settling for less and you're not doing much in your life. Number 3, you're compromising your values, morals, and standards. So if you are finding yourself compromising those things, your beliefs or integrity, in order to conform to societal expectations, or if you want to fit in with others, or if you just want to avoid conflicts, it may indicate that you are settling for less in life. And that doesn't really honor you being your authentic self. And with that, I've mentioned this before too. If you already set your own list of values, morals, and standards that you cannot break off, or basically kind of like your deal breakers in a way. And let's use relationship for an example, okay? Let's say that what you value in a relationship is respect and loyalty, right? But if somehow you are with your partner and this person decided to cheat on you, okay? Decided to cheat on you, but then you already told yourself that if the person that you're with cheats on you, that's your deal breaker, and you can no longer continue the relationship because the loyalty and the respect and the trust is no longer there. But you've decided to take them back. Okay, let's just say you decided to take them back and they cheat on you again because you love this person. You want to work out on this relationship. You want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to save this relationship, okay? But what you don't understand is that you're breaking your own values and morals. You're basically telling yourself that you're allowing this person to continue to disrespect you. You're continuing to allow this person to lie to you and to walk all over you. And why would you put yourself in that situation? With that example, you're basically settling for less. You're just basically settling for something that you shouldn't even be settling for. And that kind of ties back to knowing your worth. You have to have a strong boundary when it comes to standing for your values, your morals, and your standards. It doesn't have to be with relationship. It could be relationships with your families, friends, just anybody besides yourself. But then the thing that you have to understand is that, yes, you can have those type of relationship with other people, but what about yourself? Why are you compromising your own values, your own morals and standards just to cater to other people, to please other people, when you should be pleasing yourself? So you should ask yourself that question. Let's move on to the next one. Number 4. When you know you are settling for less is when you have a fear of taking risk. If you hesitate to take risk, you don't want to pursue new opportunities, or you don't want to step out of your comfort zone due to your fear of failure, rejections, or being judged by others, it may indicate that you are settling for less in life. And I get it. I know, like, for going back to a relationship with a partner, right? I know some men, they have a hard time asking a woman out on a date, right? Or just talking to a woman. And I get it. But my man out there, if you guys are listening, it's okay to approach a woman and have that conversation and just ask her if she's single or taken, and that's okay. I think for me, if a guy were to approach me and ask me that, I'll be okay to let him know. I mean, I may have like a resting bitch face, but trust me, I'm a friendly person. I know some women out there, they can be very stuck up and really rude if it's a guy that is not attractive. I get it, but my thing is, guys, if you truly want to talk to a good looking woman or you have an interest in her, it's okay to ask her questions and approach her. I think it's fine. Just don't overdo too much. I mean, I don't know how to give you guys good advice on that. Maybe I can do a different episode of that, of how to approach a woman. What are the good and bad ways of approaching a woman? Okay, but aside from that, using that example, I get it. A lot of guys, they have said that they hate being rejected. I hate being rejected too. But I feel like when you have that conversation and you ask, then you'll know if this person is available or not. Some people, when they are single, they're not ready for anything, and that's okay. You just have to have that respect. First ask, and then have that respect when that person says no. When there's a no, there's a no. You just let it go, and that's that. But if this person is interested and they want more or intrigued by you, then it's a go. That's just an example that I can give you guys. Hopefully you guys can understand that. Another thing is work-wise. If you want to apply for a position that you dreamed of, or if you wanted to move up in the corporate world or whatever work you're at, but you don't know if you have the credibility to actually get that role. But what if you have the experience already and you have references that can reference you as a candidate that can actually complete your task and actually take that role? And I know, like, for me, I struggle with this too, where I'm a perfectionist. Like, I want things to be perfect, okay? And I know that things aren't perfect. However, that is one of the reasons why I stop myself from taking risk or doing things that is outside of my bubble. And I tend to overthink a lot. So I feel like if I don't think too much about everything, anything, and I have to realize that not everything is perfect, then I would have gotten a lot more in life. And you guys, I'm still working on it, okay? I'm still working on it. But if you are the type of person that know that you're capable of getting more in life, but you have a fear of pleasing other people, or you just have a fear of not drawing your boundaries, or maybe you have some like mental disability or something internally that you are feeling about yourself that could cause you to settle less for what you should be getting more out of. So that's that. So number 5, when you know you are settling for less, is when you are comparing yourself to others. That kind of ties back to number 4 too. Because if you are comparing yourself to others and you feel envious or inadequate when you perceive them as having more success, happiness, or fulfillment in their life, it may suggest that you are settling for less than what you believe you are capable of achieving. So it's kind of like similar to pleasing other people, but at the same time, if you're comparing, like me, for example, okay, I'm single. I was married, okay, culturally, okay, quote unquote culturally. I still want to get married. I still want to have kids. But nowadays, when you're on social media, you've seen a lot of people who just got married a year later, who's pregnant, has babies. And sometimes I compare myself and I compare my life and think to myself, that's the life that I wanted. I wanted that life. I don't know if I want to have that life again. It's like when you've done that kind of life before, the marriage life before, you get divorced, you do ask yourself, do I really want to go through all that again? And although social media, they do post a lot of things about big weddings and marriage and going to like different activities with their partners, and then they're announcing that they are pregnant, and when you was married, wanted that big wedding, didn't get it, and then you try your hardest to conceive, but that didn't work, and then you're just so hard on yourself. You're just asking yourself, why can't I have this kind of life how other people are? I'm doing everything that I am doing, and it's the same as what other people are doing. Of course, you grow up, you graduate from college, you find somebody to get married, have kids or whatever, right? But then it just didn't go the way that I wanted. And with that, if you are like that, where you are comparing yourself and you are telling yourself that you're a good person, why did this happen to me? This person was a bad person. How come they get this and this? Yada, 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 right? If you are thinking like that, if you are comparing yourself to other people, that's just another sign of you just settling for less. You don't know that you deserve a lot more. And for me, I try not to compare myself to other people. Yes, I do. Like I said, I do want to get married again. I do want to have this nice wedding. Maybe a small one, I don't know. And then, of course, have kids. But now, you guys, right now, I don't think I want any of that. Just because, like I've told you guys, I love being in solitude, okay? And that's just a choice that I made for myself. In the future, if I happen to meet someone, great. But in the present time and in this year, 2024, I'm okay being by myself. I'm okay riding solo, okay? But if you are like me, where you never got married, never got into a relationship, you want to get married, you want to have kids, but it's hard for you to find somebody, and you're comparing yourself to other people, or you're trying your hardest to, I don't know, post a lot of things, acting like you are living your best life, and really deep down you're not, because you are seeing other people's living the best life when you really want that. And so if you're comparing yourself to other people, you're seeing yourself there, you're being less than what you can be, which is you comparing yourself to other people. Number 6, when you know you are settling for less is when you are neglecting self-care. Now, on episode 38, I did mention a lot of things about self-care, taking care of yourself externally and internally. And so if you want to take another pause and listen to that episode 38, go right ahead. For this episode, when you know you're starting for less is when you're neglecting your self-care. If you are consistently neglecting your physical, your mental, your emotional well-being to please other people again, it may suggest that you are settling for less and that you prioritize other people's need before yours. We don't want that, though. A good example for this, going back to a relationship, okay, because everybody loves to be loved, okay? And I thought I was in love at one point, but I do have to say, and I have mentioned this on my earlier episode, where, of course, when I was still in that relationship, I wasn't taking care of myself, okay? I wasn't taking care of myself physically, emotionally, mentally, because I was taking care of the previous partner. I do have to say that when you grew up in a culture where it is all about catering to the men or the husband, you tend to forget about yourself. So if you guys don't know, I am Hmong. I don't know too much about the Hmong culture and all that stuff, but that's something that I will, in the future, do my little research and kind of get to know a little bit about my background. I know I've been living my life for 34 years and I still don't know certain things about my culture, but there's a lot of people out there that are in the same boat as me. I was born in the United States, okay? And so even though my culture is the first thing that I'm supposed to know, Again, I didn't grow up in a family where we are so embedded into a culture. But that, I do kind of feel like it might be because of that. But also, I just don't, you can say I don't really believe in the Hmong culture stuff as much. But that is for a later episode, okay? But let's come back to what I'm trying to tell you guys is that when I was in that relationship, I lost myself. I was a lot, I don't want to say fatter. I was a lot bigger, okay? I was 50 pounds heavier. I thought that I was not stressed, but I think I was stressed, but then I wasn't aware of that. And there's just a lot of things that went wrong with me health-wise. My body was just, I don't know, it was just not what it was supposed to be in the beginning of that relationship. And so I neglected myself. And that's because growing up in my Hmong culture, we were told as Hmong daughters, when we grow up, we're supposed to get married and we're supposed to cook, clean, cater to our husband and kids, and that's it. And let's say if our husband cheats on us, it's our fault because we weren't cooking enough, we weren't taking care of him enough, we weren't having sex with him enough. I mean, I can go on and on about all of that, okay? What I'm trying to say is that, I'm not blaming it on culture, but sometimes culture does play in a role in how we take care of ourselves, how we take care of other people, same with religion as well too. Let's say if you're in a relationship right now and you are not taking care of yourself, you're not doing the self-care to take care of yourself externally and internally, then you are settling for less because you're not taking care of yourself at all. You're taking care of other people, you're pleasing other people, and you're just basically neglecting yourself. Number 7, knowing when you are settling for less is when you are ignoring your inner voice, or what we call it, well, us women call it, intuition. So if you are constantly ignoring your intuition or your gut feelings or your inner voice, when it nudges towards you to change, to growth, or being your true self, it may indicate that you are settling for less. With this one, it goes back to like red flags, right? Beginning of the relationship, getting to know this person, and let's say 2-3 months later down the road, this person has been saying things and showing signs of red flags, but you ignore them because you want to have somebody in your life, basically. But your inner voice or your intuition is telling you, no, girl, don't get with this boy. Don't get with this guy. If you do, your life is going to be miserable. But then some of us are hopeless romantic. We want to be loved. We want to show other people love to the point where we get to listen to ourselves, our inner voice, our intuition. And when we do that, we're just settling for less. And then it just goes back to you're basically settling for a guy who's not worth being a part of your life. You guys, I've done that, and I am a living proof that when you lower your standards, your values, just to be with somebody or just to meet society's, level of life, if you're just settling just to quickly get married because you're getting old or because your parents are forcing you, like your family members are saying things about you, and you're just settling just to get married, you're settling for less, okay? Even when your intuition is telling you, no, girlfriend, do not do it, but you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. You know that you're not supposed to fuck this guy, okay? You know you're not supposed to have sex with this guy, but you've been abstinent for so long, or you can't help yourself because you know he's not good for you, but you still wanna try, okay? And once you cross that line, this dude want nothing with you anymore, and you know that already. But why, girl? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you cross that line? Why would you give your cookies? Like, you gotta earn your cookies, girl. That's just an example, okay? When your intuition is telling you, no, boo-boo, don't be doing that, you gotta listen to it, because if you don't listen to it and you go the opposite, something's gonna be wrong. Okay, I'm telling you, I've done that a couple times, and yeah, it screwed me over in the end. So, but if you are ignoring that voice within you, chances are you are settling for less. Like, you don't know what you're capable of having and accepting if you're just going to accept things that are lesser value. So on the next session of this episode, like I said, the first part of this episode, I mentioned about things that you will know when you're settling for less. And of course, there's plenty of things that you can know when you are settling for less. If you have those things and that I did not mention, please let me know. Please post it on my social medias so that we all are aware, and that we all can, talk about it and take a look at it and ask ourselves, am I doing this? That way we are aware that these are the things that we should be on the lookout for, so that we don't settle for less. So move on to the second section of this, is how do we not settle for less in life? And so to avoid settling for less in life, these are 7 things that I've seen, heard, and have done that will actually help you, and it actually helped me to know my worth and also not settle for less in life. So first and foremost is go back to your values, morals, and standard list. Like, you gotta go back into that list, define those lists and your priorities. You have to take the time to identify what matters to you the most in life. And with that, I say reread your list of values that you've written down. Or if you haven't created one yet, go ahead and create it. Create it in your journals or in your phone. I write it in my journal. That way I have it physically. You can write it on your phone so that you can pull it out whenever you need it. I say write those things down. That way when you do meet someone, or if you are in a situation where your inner voice is telling you, oh no girl, don't do this, or no girl, don't do that, or something's telling you something's not right, reread those lists. That way you're not compromising any of your values, any of your morals, and your standards when it comes to yourself and when it comes to other people you're building relationships with. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, how will we know not to settle less for life, is to actually set clear goals for yourself. So with that, you want to establish specific, measurable goals that aligns with your values and aspirations. So you want to break them down into actionable steps that will create a roadmap for you to achieve them. And like Nike said, just do it. I know that it's easier said than done, but if you have a goal in mind, or let's say there's a dream that you wanted to accomplish. So for example, I love to sing, okay? But I'm also shy. And let's say that I wanted to be a famous singer, okay? If I wanted to be a famous singer, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to do to get there? What I need to do in order for other people to recognize me, acknowledge me, or know that I'm a good singer, right? Or people that will follow me and listen to my music. So I have to create those goals step by step and actually do them. Don't just create those goals and then just don't do it. You have to do it. And sometimes some people, they don't write their goals. They have it in their head and they just know how to do it. So my thing is that have those goals, write them down in your journals, in your phone, anywhere that you can see it. And then actually do it, okay? Action speaks louder than words, okay? I believe that. You can't just tell other people that, oh, you're going to be the the biggest singer, the famous singer out there, when you're not even writing your music, you're not even posting your music stuff, or you're not even doing covers, whatever you need to do to make yourself a famous singer, okay? If you're not doing anything or taking steps to actually do it, it's not going to, you're not going to be as big as you need to be or as big as you want to be. So again, make sure you are setting clear goals for yourself. That way it's like a stepping stone for you to become the best version of yourself and to actually get something going on in your life, basically. So that's that. Number 3 of what we need to do to not settle less for life is to challenge our comfort zone. So with this, we want to embrace discomfort and take risk by stepping out of our comfort zone. And so growth often occurs outside of familiarity. And so this actually opens to new experiences and opportunities. And I get it. Like going back to fear of taking risk, right? How I use an example of guys, they are shy or they're too afraid to ask a woman out or talk to them, right? I say that when you actually take that risk and you step out of your comfort zone, have like a casual conversation. You don't have to say, "Hey, I like you. Oh, you're beautiful." Maybe you can add that like towards the end of the conversation. When like the conversation is gonna end, just say that, "Hey, you look very beautiful. I wanted to know, are you single?" Make it very casual, okay? And I feel like guys, another tip, when you just have a normal conversation with this person and there's nothing in there where you're wanting sex or attention or wanting to be in that intimate relationship with a person, then I think it will be a lot easier for you to actually, have the conversation with the woman. I say give that a try, and hopefully that will work in your favor. For me, I have social anxiety, okay? And I don't have no problem going out there and socializing with other people, but I can't do it by myself though. I can't just randomly step in a bar and just sit there and talk to people. That's not me. Like I will go out with friends, group of friends, and then that's how I will socialize. Sometimes even if I'm with my friends, I tend to not socialize as much. I'm more of a listener. I've noticed that, and I just like to listen to other people's stories and what they have to say. But that's something that I am still working on. And I do feel like I do conversate. I think I work more with just a one-on-one conversation. Now, if it's a group thing, then I'd rather just sit back and listen. It was just me and another individual, then conversation will flow for sure. But again, everybody has their own comfort zone or discomfort that they are trying their hardest to step out of and be more comfortable. I'll go back to Nike. Just do it. Don't think too much. Like how I am, I'm a huge overthinker. And so just don't think too much. Make things casual. Don't assume certain things, basically. But definitely, you just want to challenge your comfort zone, making sure that by you doing that, what happens if it's a good thing, it's a good outcome. That means you could have good opportunities that's coming your way. Hey, guys, maybe if you have this conversation, you would have been in that relationship with that girl already. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. To know that we are not settling for less than life is number 4, setting boundaries. I've said that in my previous episodes already. I believe in setting boundaries. When you establish healthy boundaries in your relationships, any relationships, you learn to say no to situations or people that do not align with your values, or they just don't contribute positively in your life. And it's okay to say no. You just have to communicate that with the the person that you are talking to or establishing that relationship with. You guys heard me say that a lot of times. Set your boundaries. It's okay to set those boundaries. And if you already communicated with the person that you are in a relationship with and they still don't understand that, nor are they respecting it, it's a good thing for you to just go. And it's okay to not continue the relationship, because with that, it shows that you are not settling for less in life. You're not going to allow other people to step all over you, to disrespect you. And these are just boundaries that you set for yourself. And if people don't understand that, they think that it's rude, or they are assuming that you have an issue, that's on them. Okay. If it's boundaries that is for the better, then stick to it. But if it's something that is going to hurt yourself or hurt other people, that's not a good boundaries at all. Okay. Whatever the boundary is. Okay. Definitely make sure that you set boundaries. That way you are settling for more versus then settling for less. And when you settle for less, when it comes to setting boundaries, is when you allow other people to just walk all over you. We don't want that. The moment when someone walk all over you, you are settling less in life. But if you want to settle for more, draw that boundary. If you had to say it the first, second time, great. But if it's the third, fourth time and they still don't comprehend what you're trying to say, cut this shit off, okay? Cut it off. And number 5, how we know we are not settling for less in life is when we want to seek growth and learning. So with that, when you commit to lifelong learning and personal development, you are continuously seeking opportunities to expand your knowledge, your skills, and your perspective. This is going back to number 2, lack of growth. How some people, they don't want to grow in life. Even if they have a long years of life, they like being their 18-year-old self, okay? Sad to say. But if you as an individual want to continue to grow, to better yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself, that is a good sign that you are settling for more in life. You are expanding your horizon, and there's just so many things that you can learn about life, about yourself. I am continuing to do that too. I am using numerology, horoscopes, zodiac signs, all of these things to learn about myself. I'm also learning about psychology and what else? Just anything that involves with self. At the same time, there's just certain things that I am intrigued about, like spirituality, why people do certain things in life. I'm very curious about true crimes, taboo topics. It's just a lot of deep, dark stuff that people don't want to, mess around with. I mean, I'm not saying like deep, dark stuff like the bad stuff. No, it's more of like going deep into your inner self, understanding the conspiracy theories and taboo topics, all those things. I'm very intrigued about those topics, and it's very interesting to learn about those things. And I believe that when you're still alive, you should continue to seek growth, and you should continue to learn a lot of things. You don't have to learn about everything, but just things that intrigue you, or just things that spark your interest. And along with that, you also want to cultivate self-confidence. You want to practice self-affirmation and positive self-talk to boost your confidence and overcome self-doubt. With that, when you're learning to grow as an individual, these are the things that you also want to incorporate in your growth and your learning, is just finding ways to be confident about yourself. You also have to, affirm yourself that you are the sexiest, beautiful human being ever to live and ever to walk on this earth, okay? You just have to do that for yourself. You can't wait for other people to tell you these things. You have to tell yourself that first. And then along with that, you also want to practice self-compassion. You want to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during the time when you are trying to risk that or trying to get out of your comfort zone and things don't work out. You just want to, sit back and just reflect and ask yourself why things didn't work out the way it did. And then once you figure that out, don't be so hard on yourself and just move on. Take that failure as a lesson for you to do better, basically. When you cultivate self-compassion by offering yourself the same empathy you would do with your friends, your families, anybody. I say don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace and love. Number 6, how do we not settle for less in life? Is that we want to surround ourselves with support. I believe that when you surround yourself with positive people in your life, people who are going to influence you to become a better person, who's going to give you a lot of knowledgeable information for you to do better in life. Those are the people that you want to surround yourself with. You don't want to surround yourself with negative people who's going to give you negative advice, people who are out there to ruin you, to steal from you, just to do a lot of negative things for you. You don't want to surround yourself with that. By you surrounding yourself with those people like that, you are settling for less. However, if you are finding people who are uplifting you, who are encouraging you, who wants the best for you, who's looking out for you, you are selling for more because they are basically gold and diamonds that is helping you to also be gold and diamond as well too. And so when you surround yourself with supportive and encouraging individuals who uplifts you, you are not settling for less. You want to seek out mentors, friends, and communities that share your same values and aspirations. If they don't share the same mindset or the same values in life, it's going to be a lot harder for you to have them understand you, vice versa. Okay? So it's important that you don't lower yourself to anybody who's going to think negative of you or going to influence you negatively. We don't want that, okay? We want to settle for more in life. And then the last one, how we do not settle for less in life is if we stay persistent. So if we stay focused on our goals in life and maintain a positive mindset, we know that challenges are part of the journey to success. So we continue to set goals for ourselves. We continue to surround ourselves with positive supporters. We continue to want to grow and learn about ourselves and other things. We continue to set boundaries. We continue to challenge our comfort zone. And we are going through our list of values and priorities in our life. Then guess what, you guys? We are selling more in our life. We don't want to lower ourselves, okay? And that is all that I have for you guys. It's very self-explanatory. Again, I can blabber all day if I wanted to, but I feel like these points are just super easy. And I hope that all of these points or these advices that I'm giving you guys are actually helping you to actually want more in life. Want more to where you yourself are evolving. I'm not saying you want more money, more kids, or more boyfriends and girlfriends. No, it's more of yourself. I feel like at the end of the day, this is your life. I'm going to repeat myself. This is your life. You make your own choices. But I want all of you guys who are listening, who is following me, to have more in life, more satisfaction in life. And when you continue to work on yourself, to put yourself first. And like I said, it's not selfish to put yourself first because you have to make sure that you are okay before you can help other people. I'm still doing that myself. It's gotten to the point where, I don't know, I think I'm ready for certain things in life to happen. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where, yes, I'm doing all of these things. I'm taking care of myself. I'm still going to continue to take care of myself because I feel there's certain areas that I need to work on. But at the same time, I feel like I am a strong person. I know myself enough to where I'm not going to allow other people to walk all over me and do the same things. I'm going to speak up and I'm going to voice my opinions. And it's not to be rude for anybody, but I'm just part of my life where I've done the work to actually want more in life. I'm not saying that I want to help other people, which I do, but it's more of if people want help, then I'm willing to lend an ear and advice if that's what they want. At the same time, I'm just ready for new things in life. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm bored. I don't know. There's just certain things that I'm ready to get myself involved in. And if you guys want to know what those things are, wait on the next episode because I don't know. Maybe I'm just bored of life and I just need some extra stuff in my life. I don't know. That's me thinking of wanting more in my life, basically. So if you guys can see and tell, the more you work on yourself, the more you believe that you can get more in life, you will want more in life, okay? Good things coming in your life, okay? You're not settling for less. So I hope that this episode is helping you in any way in your life to grow and to see that you are worth more than what you are today and yesterday. I want everyone to see that they can have more. That is, if you choose to want more. I'm going to end this episode. I feel like it's long already. You guys know me. I like to ramble. I like to talk to you guys. But with that being said, I will leave it here. Again, thanks to everyone who has been listening to me since the beginning till now. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you guys on the next episode.